Hi students, today we'll talk about non-finite verbs. In our last unit, we read about finite verbs. Today we'll know about the different classifications of non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs can largely be classified into two groups, verbal nouns and verbal adjectives. Verbal nouns are those verbs which have in them the force of a noun. It means these words derive out of verb. Their root form is verb. But when in use, they perform the job of a noun. They don't perform the job of a verb. So they are regarded as verbal nouns. We have two types of verbal nouns, gerund and infinitive. And verbal adjectives. Verbal adjectives are those words which we say that they don't function as verb. Rather, they function like an adjective. They do the job of an adjective. Or we can say these words have the force of adjective in them. Or these words have the force of adjective in them. So the basic difference is these verbs have the force of noun in them and these verbs have the force of adjective in them. And these verbal adjectives can be divided into three groups: present participle, past participle, perfect participle. Now let's come and learn about each of them. At first we will focus on the gerund and the infinitive. Gerund. It's derived out of verb 1. With verb 1, that means the base form of the verb, the root form of the verb. When we add ing with v1, then we get v4. This v4, if used as a noun, we call it gerund. So this is the thing, v1 plus ing, if it is used as a noun, then we call it to be gerund. Now let's see. For this, let's first understand what is a noun. What is a noun? In simple words, we say noun is a naming word. A noun is name of anything. Noun can be name of anything. In our childhood, we had learned that noun is the name of a person, place, animal, thing. Now I can say noun is the name of and verb also. Any verb. Now let's see whether it is true or wrong. We can get the word smoke. Smoke is a word. Now smoke is a verb. Now with smoke, if I add ing, what I get is smoking. After adding ing to smoke, we get smoking. This is v4. This is v1. Now this smoking, let's see how we can use. Example. Smoking is injurious to health. Smoking is injurious to health. Look at the sentence properly and look at the use of the word smoking properly. I am not saying here I am smoking cigarette. If I say I am smoking cigarette, then it will denote that I am doing a verb. But here, smoking is injurious to health. The finite verb of this sentence is the finite verb. And we know that in English, the form of the sentence or the structure of or the pattern of sentence is subject, verb and object plus adverbials. Now see here, this is the verb. If this is the verb, this should be the subject and these are the adverbials. So smoking is subject, and subject we have learned in our junior classes. Subject is always noun or noun equivalent. That means subject and object both are noun or noun equivalent. So here smoking is the subject, and see if I go deep into the sentence, what it says, smoking is injurious to health. That means, what is injurious to health? There is a work which is injurious to health, and the name of that work is smoking. Listen properly. There is a work which is injurious to health, and the name of that work is smoking. Hence, here smoking is name of a work. It is not a word. It is the name of a work. Mind it. So when it becomes the name of a work, we call it to be gerund. I hope gerund part is clear. Let me give you one more example to help you out. Swimming is my hobby. Swimming is my hobby. So that means I have a hobby and the name of my hobby is swimming. That means swimming is the name of the hobby. That means name of the action. So gerund. I hope gerund is clear. Now we'll focus on infinitive. Infinitive. Infinitive, we get infinitive when, normally we get infinitive when we add the preposition to before V1. If we add to, preposition to before V1, and if this acts as a noun, then we call it to be infinitive. Let's see example. The same example I will give you. Smoke. If I add to before it, to plus smoke, this becomes infinitive. Let's see how. To smoke is injurious to health. Let me give you one more example. My hobby is to swim. See the use of this. Here, to smoke I use in the subject. In this sentence I use it in the object. It can be used in the subject or object as well. So this is the infinitive. This is the infinitive. The finite verb, as we discussed earlier, is the finite verb, both the sentences. That means we know that non-finite verbs doesn't change their form, so this will not change their form, and these are denoting the name of the verb. Hence, from this two, we can conclude, or we can note it, we can write a note of it. Gerund and infinitive are not verb but are the name of verb. General infinitive are not verbs. They are the name of verbs. So this is to be kept in mind when talking about general infinitive. Now infinitive can be treated in more forms. It has 3 different forms are there: to infinitive, bare infinitive, perfect infinitive. Now that details I am not going in this unit. Here I am just showing you about the classifications of the verbs. In details we will go in some other class.